Hello everyone, delighted to be here. So I'm coming to you today. My name's Karen Knight and I'm here to bring you some March messages using my beautiful cards that I have the pleasure of owning. So these messages are for the month of March. I'm going to start by dividing you up into four groups, four different storylines, because that's what I was drawn to do. And then once I've given those parts of the readings, I'm going to then move on to advice and towards the end of the month, okay, what you can expect. So this is about where you are right now at the beginning of March. So you need to choose from one of the following. So choose from Wolverine, Polar Bear, Seagull, or Mountain Goat. Okay, so if you just take a moment to close your eyes, connect in and just ask, which group do I fit into? Okay. So once you've decided now you have a group in mind that you belong to, we're going to go forward and do those readings. If you feel that when I'm speaking that you fit into another category, then obviously take what you feel you fit into and discard what you don't, which doesn't resonate, okay? Because we're trying to come out to a lot of people and give accurate readings. So in order to do that, I feel like I need quite a lot of cards. So please just take what resonates with you. Okay, so we're going to make a start with the mountain goat. So the mountain goat, there's something out of balance in your life. So whatever you need to do, whatever you need to do to correct it. Okay, so this is for the collective that are feeling a little bit out of balance at the moment, a little bit like they could fall down at any point. This is an unsteady card at the moment. You're just feeling a bit shaky with everything right now. Something's out of balance and you need to correct it. So this card is coming to you saying that you need to do something about why you're feeling out of balance. So you need to address it. Well, we've thought through the concern card as well from one of the other decks. So this is telling me, in conjunction with this mountain goat card, that you're worried about something. Okay, this collective is for the collective that are worried about something. They've got something on their mind, they're out of balance, they've got to do something about it. They don't really know what it is they need to do, but they're feeling like they've got to do something. Okay, now in relation to whatever's concerning you, it's a time to say goodbye. That is what the message is. Something is about to end for now. Okay, so that doesn't mean it's ending forever, but it says something is about to end for now. It's time to say goodbye. Now this could be that you just need to change your mindset about something. It could be that you need to cut the negative people out of your life that are draining you. It could mean that all your worry, it's time to say goodbye to the worry. It may not be a real thing. It could be an emotional thing. It could be a mental issue that here where you're thinking you're worrying too much and it's time to say goodbye to the worry. So now is the time to cut ties with whatever's bringing you down and making you unbalanced. So you need to have a little think about what is bothering you, what is making you feel like so wobbly, and you need to get it into perspective and use grounding, because you're halfway up a mountain here. So we need you out in the woods if you can. Get some fresh air, get to the sea if possible, to try to cheer yourself up, because this message of concern, you're worried about something and you really need to do something about it. So you need to say goodbye to whatever's bothering you, even if it's just an emotional feeling. You need to own it. So this is what's bothering me and I'm just going to let it go. Even if there's nothing you can do about it, you just need to let it go. All right, and say goodbye to the worry. And the other card I pulled from Jem's deck is let go. Okay, so let go of whatever's spearing your hands and that barbed wire, because your blood isn't worth it, basically. Just let go. That's the message from the mountain goat card. So if that resonates with you, please hold that there until we can move forward. And now I'm going to move to the seagull pack here. Okay, so the seagull pack. Now is the time for deep emotional healing. Okay, now is the time for deep emotional healing for the collective of the seagull. This is saying to me, you need to take an aerial view of what's going on at the moment. Don't just look from the grounded position here. They want you to look from above and look at everything that's going on and look at everything as a whole, and then work on your deep emotional healing. Now is the time. It's a time for you to take stock of what you want, take stock of how you can heal yourself, and to work on that. Meditations, anything you can do to make yourself feel better. Get out in the fresh air. I feel there's a lot of, it's like air around this card, all about being out in the air, maybe with the grasslands and things like that if you can. I'm also seeing walking barefoot, but I can't see us doing that in this cold weather. But the nice weather is coming. I'm also drawn to the edge here, which kind of has a watery kind of look as well. Maybe water is going to help you too. Okay, so it's time for deep emotional healing. You need to find a way to unlock what's been upsetting you for your whole life here. All right, and you have your imaginary friend. Childhood treasures resurface. So this is just letting you know that you've had a guide with you since you've been born, someone that's been around and guiding you, your little instinct telling you not to go down that road. That, if you weren't connected with it, you are going to start to reconnect with it again. If you are already somebody that listens to their guides regularly, you're going to get to know a little bit more about that guide. But yeah, whoever you thought when you were younger was an imaginary friend, you're going to reconnect with that energy of feeling that you're not on your own and someone's looking out for you. Also, childhood treasures resurface. There could be a blast from the past coming back as well there. Now, we've also pulled the Lovers card in this Seagull deck. So time for emotional healing. Lovers, if you're in a relationship that's where you have a lover, a relationship, a love relationship, this card has come up. It comes up and it brings you the number 15 as well. I just want to mention that. I feel that everyone's been, I'm just looking, I'll just bring your attention to the stone lovers there. I feel like my attention's drawn to the fact that they're statues. And I feel that at the moment, everyone's so rigid at the moment in what they can do and what they can't do. And I think it's keeping people apart at the moment. But the Lovers card is important in this seagull situation. So your time is for emotional healing. It's about lovers, and it's all coming together. All right, it feels like it's all coming together as far as the lovers are concerned. It has been feeling very static, but things are going to start moving again soon, and that's the feeling I'm getting around that. And in relation to that, divine timing, just trust it. Okay, divine timing, just trust it, and what you are feeling is accurate. So if you have a question about your lover, your partner, what you're feeling is accurate. Divine timing, just trust it. Now is the time for emotional healing. There may be a blast from the past, from your childhood, and you've still got your lovely guard on your shoulder to point you in the right direction. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to the Seagull Collective. I'm going to now move on to the Polar Bear Collective. Here we are. Okay, so the Polar Bear reads, stand up for yourself and speak your truth respectfully and compassionately, with no attachment to outcome. Okay, so this indicates that there's been a little bit of issue with explaining how you feel, or saying how you feel, expressing how you feel, even knowing how you feel. It feels like I'm seeing ice as well as we're talking about this. So I feel there's an element of coldness that you've probably been either giving or receiving, but it is time to speak up for yourself and say the truth. Now they're saying also be vulnerable. So while you're standing up yourself, you need to be vulnerable. And you mustn't forget, they don't want you to, they're asking you with no attachment to outcomes. So you need to be, what happens either way, you need to say how you feel, okay? And you need to be vulnerable, okay? They're saying don't speak your truth if you can't take it one way or the other, okay? So you have to have no attachment to outcome in order to speak your truth, okay? So that you can say how you feel, and then hopefully the outcome will be what you want it to be. in the long run, okay? But they're asking you to be neutral and to say what you think. Pose brave flight. You will not let fear stop you this time. Okay, so I think this is all about saying how you feel and being scared of saying how you feel. And I'm very drawn to the blue colours there, which is like throat chakra, and that's been holding you back possibly. So again, time to speak your truth, time to be vulnerable and move forward. And then we have the marriage card that's also come up in this section. And this is signifying a loving relationship, a loving friendship, and also the number 3. So that is a lovely card that's come forward there, but it's showing me, and I'm seeing flowers and I'm seeing happiness there for the polar bear section. So basically what they're trying to say is that if you follow those rules, polar bears, you're going to end up with a happy and moving forward in the right direction, if that would make sense to you. Okay. Yeah, so that's the polar bear sect. Let's move on to the Wolverine sect. Here we go. So here are your cards, Wolverines. You're a lot tougher than you think you are. Okay, so you've been through a lot, Wolverines. You have been through a lot. It's not been easy for you, but you are tougher. You are made of strong stuff. So even if you're sitting there thinking, I don't know if I can do this, you can. This Wolverine card comes to you to say, yes, you can do it. Okay, now we also have the unending sadness of looking back, regret, obsessive grief, replaying the past, and negative nostalgia. So this is a little bit of a difficult card to talk to you about, because obviously there's been a lot of time for people to think about the past. So it's time to let go of this now. You've got to stop looking back and stop looking ahead. So you wouldn't be as strong as you are now if it wasn't for what you've been through. So that's why this card just comes up to say it's time to let go of sadness now and move forward, because you're not going to get anywhere by just looking back. If you don't look where you're going, you'll trip up. So time to look where you're going and be aware that you are stronger than you think, okay? And you can get through this. It's time to see through the illusion, okay? See through the illusion. So in other words, the fear is all about the illusion, all right? You need to just see through it, step forward and be brave. Step away from holding things that are holding you back. Okay, you are tougher than you think. We've got the journey card as well, and it brings you the number 10 here as well. So the journey card is showing me that you've come a long way. You really have, and you wouldn't have come all that way if you hadn't have been strong. So you've come a very long way. You should be proud of yourself, and you need to be aware that you're a lot tougher than you think, and you can see through the illusions. Now, I've also got for you the card Fiona and the Unicorn, the gift of sacred sight. And that comes to you to say, you know, you have got the sacred sight. You do have the gift. And this means that you are very connected spiritually, and you have your guides looking over you. So Fiona and the Unicorn, often it's a difficult journey for those that are trying to, you know, you can't come from a place of helping people if you haven't experienced it yourself, if I could just say that. Okay, so a lot of the things we've been through is so that we can help others, and then this is your gift of sacred sight, Fiona and the Unicorn, just saying that they're all looking over you. It's a journey that you're on, and you know the future is magical for you with the sacred sight. So I hope that makes sense for you, Wolverine. So take whichever group you feel you're in, be it the mountain goat when you need to let go, be it the seagull where it's time for emotional healing, be it the polar bear, stand up for yourself and speak your truth respectfully, or the Wolverine, you're a lot tougher than you think. So we're going to move on now to the other cards which I pulled, which I believe are just for the collective. So currently for all of us, we have the angel of comfort in at the moment. We have a lot going on. We are all trying to support one another, and we're all feeling that we need comfort at the moment. So do anything you can to make yourself feel better and comfort others. But the angel of comfort is with us all in the month of March. You've got show your support, which is another thing that we've all been doing, looking after people, encouraging people, all of the things that we do on a daily basis. This card has just come up to say look, it's a difficult time. You need to show your support, help people, and celebrate differences, because there's a lot of difference of opinion out there at the moment. And it's not about which side of the fence you're on, it's about the fact that we're all in a field, if that would make sense. So celebrate the differences, respect others' opinions, but just continue in your own beliefs, okay? And don't be frightened to share them with others. Just be respectful of other people's feelings. So celebrate differences. Try to knit together anything that's starting to drift apart, because difficult times cause people to drift apart. So just be very aware of that, and to celebrate anything you can to pull you guys back together, to knit your family and your group back together, because at these times when they're quite difficult, it is a time for you to dig deep and bring everyone in, okay? And in relation to that as well, I pulled the grouse card. This is an interesting card. Express yourself through rhythm and movement by drumming and dancing. So yeah, maybe it's time to stick some music on and dance around the kitchen like no one's watching, because dancing and music obviously really lifts you. We also have the wolf moon, I will watch over you. So this is just coming to us just to remind us about the moon cycles, and also to make you aware about your spiritual family that are watching over you. And also I want to say any animals that you have in the physical world that are also there to support you, that you're not on your own, okay? And you are being looked after, you're being watched over. We also have the angel of gratitude in at the moment. So it's just reminding us to all be grateful for what we have. Those of us that already practice an attitude of gratitude, to continue to do that. Those of us that don't, just start to be grateful for everything you possibly can be, and you'll find that the law of attraction brings more and more good back towards you. Okay, so just that attitude of gratitude, to be thankful for everything we have in the physical world, even if it isn't as good as we want it to be right now. It will be, and that's what we've got to remember. So moving forward to our future cards for the end of March, we have got the Angel of Adventure coming in. So I'm kind of feeling like maybe restrictions are going to be lifted. You're going to have a little bit more freedom. Adventure is coming, and if it isn't there straight away, then maybe you could start planning an adventure, because the Angel of Adventure is coming in to lift our spirits, to lighten our world, and to help us connect again with nature and being together. And I think this is all about being together, this picture, really noticing how everyone's holding hands there and sort of going along their journey. So yeah, the Angel of Adventure is coming in. And the last card is Bountiful Harvest. So this is a beautiful card. So this is saying whatever we reap, we sow. If we put in that effort at the beginning of March, then towards the end of March, you're going to start seeing the rewards that come from that. So please just keep giving out all that positivity, and it's just going to come back to you in the form of bountiful harvest, meaning that you're going to have enough. And that's what we all want. We want enough, and we want to be happy. So I hope that resonates with you all. And I thank you for joining me this month, and I will see you next month. And my name's Karen Knight. I'm a psychic medium, and I'm the founder of SpiritSaid. Thank you for joining us today, and I will see you next month. Thanks. Bye.